Hey guys, Silent Oblivion 903 here once again, and this is part 7 of my Mario Kart 8 playthrough. I'm going to be continuing the Grand Prix in this one. I'm going to be doing the Leaf Cup on 150cc too. And for this one I'm going to be using bikes. I normally use karts, as you've seen. I haven't used the bikes yet in this series, but I want to mix things up a bit. So I'm just going to be using Peach. I haven't used her yet either. And the setup I'm going to be using is the sport bike, the cyber slick wheels, and the parafoil parachute to give me that spec. So not a bad one. The good thing about bikes is they do have increased speed. But I'm not really a massive fan, for the purpose that I find drifting a lot harder. But like I said, I want to keep things fresh, mix it up a little bit, so I'm going to give it a go. Anyway, the tracks that are on this Grand Prix are from the DS. We've got Wario Stadium. And from the GameCube game, Double Dash, we've got Sherbet Land. Used to love that track back in the day. Now the third track is another one you guys might not be too familiar with. It's from a 3DS game. It's Melody Motorway. And last but not least, from Mario Kart 64 is Yoshi's Valley. So we're just going to dive right in here with the first race. Right, so here we go. Let's begin. Now, you may have noticed that I had the silver cup for this one. The reason being is I was doing this cup yesterday originally. I did really well actually. I got 3 first place victories, and then on the final race I just completely messed up and came 10th. And I thought it's not good enough. I know I don't come first in every race, but I did want to come, at least want to have a half decent attempt at it. 10th was an absolute fail, and I came second. And even if I don't win every race, I do want to come first in these videos. So that was the reason why I've got a silver, and I'm redoing it now because it was not good enough. I know it's a Let's Play, which is why I'm not too fussed about always getting first. I don't mind coming in a different position as long as I get the gold overall. Like I said, it wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough for this channel, so redoing it now. Coming off the end of the first lap in first position, which is fantastic. Hopefully it can keep the lead up. I'm not too bad at bikes actually. Like I said, I'm not too keen on the drifting. I think it's a lot harder to control. That red shell, not well, not the red shell. That did not want 2 of them either. The banana did not do as intended, and those 2 red shells didn't really help either. But nothing you can do about it. Let's move on. Got a mushroom here. It's going to wait until I get out of this section. I don't want to fly straight off the edge. Right, just going to keep hold of the mushroom just for a bit of a better time to use it. And they're back in first place, which is good. So even those 2 red shells didn't cause too much of a nuisance. Right, just going to keep hold of this green shell in case anything comes towards me or a character overtakes me. Then I can hopefully try and claw my way back. There's a red shell on my tail though. I think I smashed it. Right, very solid drifting there. And not too far from the end now, so hopefully I can keep it up. That was not help. Right, still got an okay lead going at the end. Right, there we go. That is the first place victory. Solid start to this Grand Prix. Hopefully I can keep it up. So right, it's going to do the next race straight away. This one is from the GameCube. It is called Sherbet Land. And I'd say probably Double Dash was the game that I played the most out of any of the Mario Kart at the time, obviously when it was new. I put a lot of hours into that game. I'd love to see the Double Dash come back as a full-time thing, even if they didn't want to do it as a full-time aspect of the game. Even just a game mode would be nice. Just to sort of relive it. I did really enjoy playing it. Having the 2 characters was an awesome feature. And in the Double Dash, my favourite characters I think were Toad and Toadette. They were both lightweight characters, one of the few times that I did use them more than any other class. It's basically because their special move was the golden mushroom, which was in Mario Kart Wii. I don't know if it was in the game prior to the double dash. Basically, it's a mushroom which you can use as much as you want for a set amount of time. So it's a huge advantage, and because each character had their own special move, that no matter which characters you were using, because one was driving, one was firing weapons, so no matter which one you use, you still got the golden mushroom, which is my favourite item to use. So this was one of the tracks that I really enjoyed in that game too, so I've been looking forward to this Grand Prix for the purpose of doing this level, where fingers crossed I can get a good first place victory again. And I'm currently in first though, speaking of which is good. Right, sacrifice my banana there for the green shell. So I went straight into the banana, and not intended obviously, but still in first place. Although I was going to hold back there, but I realised that it was coming for me either way. I think if I stuck with it, Toad should have felt a bit of brunt of that as well. But not to worry, I'm only in 4th place, anything can happen. I'm currently in 2nd place actually, right, not if that green shell has anything to say about it. I've dropped down to 5th, which is not great, but there's still a lap to go, so anything can happen. Obviously, as you can see, I did get a bit of a bad patch there. I did get messed about a lot, and once again with that green shell. Right, hopefully I can redeem myself in this final section of the game. I've got 3 red shells. That should hopefully help a little bit, although I just got hit by something as well. That absolutely sucked, and the piranha plant really do not want me to win this race. They are doing everything they can to stop it. Fingers crossed I can pick it up. I will settle with a slightly lower victory position as long as it's not too bad. What have I got? Have I got 2nd? Right, I'll settle with 2nd. As you saw, I took an absolute beating from those guys. I'm surprised I managed to get 2nd, to tell you the truth, so I'll settle with that. It's going to do the next race now. This one is from a 3DS game, Mario Kart 7, so it's one that a lot of you might not be familiar with if you don't have a 3DS. I'm slightly familiar with it. I've played it before, but the 3DS one is the one that I've probably played the least. Or maybe the GameCube one, but the levels on the GameCube with that, not the GameCube, sorry, the Game Boy Advanced. But the levels on this are that different that it doesn't make any difference. The levels from this game though, Mario Kart 7, are very similar to this, obviously being that it was only released about a year or 2 ago. But anyway, enough rambling, I'm going to get into this now. Currently in 2nd place again. I think it's going to be a tough one. I think Donkey Kong's really going to hold out through this race, but hopefully I can take the victory off him. Not with playing like that. Right, cool thing with these, when these musical notes bounce, if you press the ZR button, you will do a boost like so. So that's a cool thing to do, just to keep your speed up and get a couple of extra boosts in. Unfortunately on 150cc, everyone else does that too, so you don't really get a massive advantage, but it's something to always do, maybe when you're playing online as well. Right, back in 2nd place now after that brief drop. And in 1st place now, which is good. Fingers crossed I can keep this up. Not if he has anything to say about it. Oh, what did he do there? He did something. He absolutely just spoiled my run there. I was starting to get a bit of momentum going. I think just this whole Grand Prix is going to be an absolute nightmare. The 150cc obviously is like a hard mode. So, as you can see, that does happen quite often. Right, in 3rd place now. I hope I can claw my way back in this final lap. Right, back in 3rd place now. Right, after a good draft there, I'm in first. Fingers crossed I can keep this one up. Got about half a lap to go now. There's a red shell there though. I really hope that's for someone else. I think it was. I got the boost but went into the wall a bit. Didn't get the full benefit of that. Still in first place though. Not too long to go on this lap. Can I do it? Right, I think I've done it. Yep, that is the first place victory. It's not doing bad at the minute. Right, so that's 42 points. I've got a pretty clear lead on them. 7 points to Donkey Kong. So we're just going to jump right into the final race now. This one is from the N64. This is Yoshi's Valley. The Mario Kart 64 does bring back fond memories of my childhood. I did mention it a bit in a previous video. I did go into a bit of a storytelling moment. So if you want to hear me reminisce about my childhood, check out the other videos. I believe it might have been the last part. If you don't though, keep on watching and let's get into this race. Now the cool thing about this track is there's many different options in the route that you do take. So I'm probably going to explore a different one each lap. Just to sort of show you exactly what the course is like and all the different options you've got. So currently in first place. This is the track that has caused me the most problems in this video though. Like I said, I was doing this before and came 10th in this race, which absolutely sucked. And then actually I was just doing this one not long ago, just before actually doing this recording, and I was in the final stages. I think I was on the second lap, and the phone rang, which was annoying. I did try and mute the microphone, but I just smashed into a wall and just gave up, and I was just really angry about that. But if anything like that happens again, I am going to just live through it. This Grand Prix has caused me a bit of issues for those reasons that I've just gave, so I just want to get it out of the way if I'm perfectly honest. And not that I'm not enjoying it, I'm absolutely loving it, but I've done this a good few times now, so I just want to move on to the next one. And the longer I spend on this one, the longer it is to do the next one, which means less videos for you guys, and that is obviously not what you want. It's not what I want either. I want to get through this and keep making brand new content for you folks, because I absolutely love each and every one of you. And without you, these videos would have no purpose. They're not going to get all emotional though on you guys. In the final lap now. Oh, the ink doesn't normally make a difference to me, but that time it did. I hit off the fence. I'm going the same route I went in the second lap, because I think this is a bit of a shortcut. And I really want to keep my lead, although I have just lost it to Toad. The coins aren't going to do much good in that aspect. The red shell would have been much nicer. Fingers crossed I can gain it back. Make sure I avoid that. Once again, coins are no use to me at this moment in time. I don't know if Toad got hit by that the egg, because I've seemed to have lost him a little bit. Yeah, he's quite far away, so that's another solid first place victory. If I didn't get messed over in a previous race, that would have been no reason why I couldn't have had the straight wins again. But never mind, that is 57 out of 60, so I'm more than happy with that. And that concludes the Grand Prix. That is the final race over. So right there we have it. That is the gold trophy for the Leaf Cup. I've unlocked another customization option, and I've got a new stamp, which I'm not going to post to the Miiverse now. So that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Please check out the next one. It will be up very, very soon. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until